A very good afternoon to you and welcome to CoreTV News and this hour. I am Nena Nyama. The River State Governorship Election Tribunal sitting in Abuja has nullified the election of Governor Nyesom Wike. The Justice Sulaiman Ambrosa-led tribunal also ordered fresh governorship election in the state. In nullifying the April 11 governorship election in the state, the tribunal held that the process was characterized with violence and intimidation of voters. The tribunal added that its conduct contravenes the Electoral Act and that the witnesses brought by the PDP failed to prove their case beyond reasonable doubt. While counsel to the petitioner described the ruling as a welcome development, the People's Democratic Party's counsel seeks to get justice in the appellate courts. A suicide bomber sneaked into the inauguration of a new mosque in the suburb of Yola, Adamawa State, killing scores of people. An eyewitness, Ibrahim Garba, disclosed that a mighty blast occurred during the opening of a new mosque in Jambutu, a suburb of Yola, at about 2 p.m. on Friday. He added that many worshippers were at the mosque to have a feel of the new structure and have their Friday's prayer. Garba said the incident occurred shortly after the prayer session began, killing scores of people, whose actual number cannot be ascertained, while several others were injured. A member of the first aid group of Jamatul Bida Ikamatu Suna Yusuf Osama told journalists that the suicide bomber detonated his explosives shortly after the Friday prayer commenced. Public Relations Officer of Federal Medical Center in Yola, Damu Dodo, who also confirmed the incident to journalists, explained that several victims of the bomb blast have been evacuated to the hospital for treatment. Also, at least 10 people have been killed and 11 others injured in a suicide attack at a mosque in Borno State. A hospital source confirmed that the suicide bombing during dawn prayers at a mosque in Maiduguri killed at least 10 persons. Abdul Kadir Ibrahim, spokesman of the National Emergency Management Agency NEMA, put the death toll at 6 persons. Another hospital source said 11 people had been injured. No one has ever claimed responsibility for the attacks, but Ibrahim blamed the Boko Haram sect, which has been trying to carve out the state in the northeast of Nigeria since 2009. A Lagos State Magistrate Court sitting in Isolo has ordered the remand of 35 suspected members of the Boko Haram sect in Kirikiri prison. The Department of State Services, which obtained the remand order against the suspects, told the court that they were arrested in connection with a foiled attack on Dolphin Estate in Lagos State last month. The DSS said the suspects were arrested following an intelligence report on their planned attack on the estate, a highbrow area in Lagos. The security operatives told the court that the suspects had volunteered confessional statements, adding that the arms were also recovered from them. DSS urged the court to order their remand in prison pending further investigations. President Muhammadu Buhari has urged Nigerians to support government in its fight to stamp out corruption, economic sabotage, criminality, delinquency, and all forms of indiscipline in the society. He also tasked Nigerians to adopt the right attitude in the task of transforming the country to a prosperous and respectable nation. President Buhari stated this in Ilorin, Kwara State, during the 31st convocation ceremony at the University of Ilorin. The president was represented by Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babache Lawal. The president charged councils of Nigerian investors to reposition their institutions for global competitiveness. He tasked investors on the need for enhanced corporate social responsibility in order to remain relevant in the communities where they exist. The Vice Prime Minister of Hungary, Zsolt Semjon, has disclosed his country's readiness to help Nigeria end the activities of Boko Haram. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, quoted Semjon as speaking during a meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. He added that terrorism is a global challenge and pledged that his country will support the Nigerian armed forces to end the Boko Haram insurgency, though he did not give specifics of the promised assistance. He also promised the Hangwe will deploy his expertise in the area of agriculture to assist Nigeria. Semjen also congratulated Nigeria on its last general elections and added that Hangwe looked forward to signing agreements with the country on more bilateral cooperation. Buhari on his part says he's looking forward to increased bilateral cooperation between Nigeria and Hungary since both countries have a lot in common. The president added that his administration welcomes the strengthening and expansion of cooperation between both countries in the areas of security and agricultural developments. We'll take a break now, return with more stories. To stay with us.
Some pundits believe that as long as the political system is driven by selected few, corruption may be difficult to fight.
You should be careful about what you say.
I am not the only politician. Even if I've wronged anyone, it is time to forgive me.
Political Arena every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. and a repeat broadcast every Tuesday 1:30 p.m.
Glad to have you back. You're still watching CoreTV News in this hour. For more of news stories, join us on our social media platforms, facebook.com/CoreTV News, on Twitter at CoreTV News NG, and on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CoreTV News. Polio survivors in Nigeria want the authorities to do more to sustain efforts to make the country free of the killer childhood disease. Members of the Nigerian Polio Survival Association made this demand on the sidelines of a walk organized by the group to mark the World Polio Day. Musaibu Didi is the president of the association. The governorship election petitions tribunal sitting in Isabo, Abeokuta, Ogun State has affirmed the election of the state governor, Senator Ibikunle Amosu, as the winner of the April 11th state governorship election. The three-man panel, headed by Henry Olushi, ruled that the petition failed to prove its case of electoral fraud in 9 local government areas beyond reasonable doubt. The People's Democratic Party's candidate Boyega Isiaka had challenged the election, which returned incumbent Amosun of the All Progressive Congress as a duly elected governor in the April 11 election. The petitioner had alleged that the election was fraught with irregularities and electoral malpractices in 9 local government areas of the state, asking the elections in those areas to be cancelled. And now to Kogi State, the Court of Appeal has reinstated the 21 local government chairmen sacked by Governor Idris Wada of the state. Kogi State High Court, sitting in Koton Kafa on December 9, 2014, nullified the May 4, 2013 local government elections that produced the chairmen and their councillors. The leaving judgment, Justice Mustafa Mohammed, held that the decision of the lower court was a judicial error. He ordered the Kogi State government immediately reinstate the sacked council chairman and their councillors relieved of appointment before the expiration of the tenures. A Lagos High Court has ordered the conduct of election in all the local government areas of Lagos State within 30 days. The court declared as unconstitutional the appointment of caretaker committees over the administration of local government councils in the state. Justice Abdul Fattah Lawal made the pronouncement in the judgment delivered in a case filed by the National Conscience Party, challenging the legality of a practice where caretaker committees were appointed to administer the affairs of local government. The plaintiff's lawyer, Ebonlu Adegboruwa, had contended that such a practice is contrary to the provisions of Section 1, Subsection 2, and Section 7 of the 1999 Constitution. The plaintiffs sought an order directing the Independent National Electoral Commission to supply voters registered to the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission for the purpose of conducting elections at the local government levels. The applicant further sought a mandamus order compelling LISEC to forthwith conduct local government elections in Lagos State and to declare the caretaker committees as illegal. Moving on now to Ekiti State, the state chapter of the All Progressive Congress has condemned Governor Ayofai Shea for accusing the Nigerian judiciary of corruption without having any concrete evidence to substantiate his claim. The party also expressed its support for the decision of the Nigerian Army to probe the involvement of its officers and men in the alleged rigging and intimidation that characterized the June 21, 2014 governorship poll in the state. The APC's publicity secretary in the state, Taiwo Latubosun, in a statement made available to newsmen in Ado-Ekiti, described Fayeshe's accusation of Nigerian judges as a paradoxical assault by a man who holds the judiciary in contempt, even though he is also the greatest beneficiary of the same purportedly corrupt judiciary in his political career. The governor, held at a church service to mark the commencement of the new legal year on Tuesday, accused Nigerian judges of corruption, saying some of them were begging to get appointments to election tribunals chairmen in order to extort money from politicians. The continued failure of the contractor handling the Plateau State Secretariat Junction Bridge, awarded 2 years ago to do any appreciable work on the project, is already becoming a source of worry to commuters on the Yakubu Gowon Way in Jos, with a never-ending traffic gridlock. Our correspondent in Plateau State has more in his report presented from our studios.
With a completion period of 16 months, the Secretariat Road Junction Bridge was conceived as a solution to the perennial traffic gridlock on the Yakubu Gowon Way in Jos. But 2 years after, the bridge is yet to reach any appreciable level. This, according to the users of the road, has led to more suffering. With this in mind, CoreTV news crew visited the Plateau State Ministry of Works to get an explanation on why the work on the bridge remains at an abysmal level. Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Works gave this explanation.
The governor, one of the first sign he visited as governor is this flyover, and directed the contractor to resume site concerning the strategic location of that project. So since then, some kind of skeletal work has been going on, but I think some payment has been made to the contractor by the government graciously, and the contractor has stepped up the activity. My discussions with him last week, he has promised to complete before December this year.
For these motorists, however, the state government must do something quick to ease the suffering of the people who use the road on a daily basis.
The construction workers, they are not doing the best. The government should mobilize them by giving them what is their own.
I don't think the government is meeting up to their expectation. That's why the work is not going. I'm sure if they have been mobilized, they will have been on site.
While the people wait for quick action to commence on the project, the suffering and delays continue.
Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode says the administration has earmarked over 1 billion naira for the renovation and supply of furniture and education materials across all secondary schools in the state. The governor, who reiterated the determination of his administration to invest massively in the education sector, added that 1,300 teachers will soon be employed for the primary schools in the state. Ambode, who spoke in Ilara Ekpe, also assured the people of the plans of his administration to resolve the lingering crisis in the Lagos State University lawsuit. He said the need to resolve the crisis in the institution prompted the inauguration of a new governing council for the institution and other tertiary institutions in the state. Ambode also added that the best way to prepare for change, whether positive or negative, is to anticipate and manage it. Following the successful containment of the Ebola scourge in Nigeria, a book chronicling how the Lagos state government eradicated the pandemic is being distributed to the public. At a forum in Lagos, the former governor of the state, Batunde Raji Fashola, says teamwork and information dissemination are key to putting the Ebola scourge at bay permanently. Our correspondent Nettie Labary has the details of this book presentation presented from our studios.
The World Health Organization, WHO, describes Ebola as a viral illness with symptoms like sudden fever, diarrhea, muscle pain, and a sore throat. It affects humans through close contacts with infected animals, human to human through infected blood, body fluids, or organs. The dreaded disease was brought into Nigeria last year by Liberian Patrick Sawyer, who flew to Nigeria to attend the conference. And in trying to combat the disease and restrict others from contracting it, the patient and the dutiful Dr. Stella Adadevo lost their lives. The WHO, in what has been described as a peculiar success story, declared Nigeria an Ebola-free nation, urging other countries faced with the challenge of containing the pandemic to learn from Nigeria's experience. The former governor of Lagos State says combating the virus was achieved through concerted efforts.
That was a great team effort. It was a great national effort. It was a time when our national interests almost totally obliterated our political differences. Limitedly populated those rural areas where, especially in some parts of East and Central Africa, where the virus was first detected many years ago, the survival rates were so poor.
While the spread of the contagious disease was being curtailed by medical experts, the government embarked on a publicity blaze to educate the public on how to avoid being affected by the Ebola virus.
We showed courage, but courage didn't mean that we were not afraid. It was fair, but we couldn't jump ship because our jobs were to save lives. That's the primary responsibility that we have. It's a constant battle between what I call wellness and illness. And for wellness to win, there are certain things that we ourselves must do. Our sanitary habits must improve.
The editor of the book shares his enthusiasm in writing a remarkable book on the deadly scourge.
Record's sake, and in order to boost the knowledge base of the citizenry, we decided to come out with this because you know that, as they say, that all knowledge is historical.
Now that the outbreak is officially over in Nigeria, it is expedient to continue to be vigilant to check suspected case or cases of any deadly diseases by keeping our environment clean and staying healthy.
And that's it on CoreTV News and this hour. Thank you so very much for watching. I am Nena Nyama. Good evening.